Hello everybody, my name is Algum, and welcome back to Deathmark 2. Previously, we completed Chapter 4, where we saved Dorio and Michiho from the Departed, and they have now sworn to help us fight against our adversary. Although just between you and me, I feel like we really shouldn't trust them. When I get to the room, one of the teachers informs me that Mr. Konoe is away at the moment. Which unfortunately means I'm going to have to ask Miss Sakamoto. Goodness gracious, you again? Sakamoto's cold tone of voice makes it apparent that she finds this meeting just as unfortunate as I. What's your business here? I have work to do. Has a new notice from the Departed arrived? Notice. Oh, now that you mention it, I did get a report of something like that earlier. What about it? What are you being so nonchalant for? Why didn't you tell me sooner? I believe I've made my position quite clear. I find this investigation of yours to be, at best, a pointless waste of time. Sakamoto shoots a withering glare. Sakamoto shoots a withering glare in my direction, looking like she just swallowed a bug. She's usually pretty open about her dislike of me, but she's taking it to another level today. I got a report from the dorm manager the other day. She informed me that you took Dorio and Kinukawa out and made them violate their curfew. The headmaster might have ordered me to let your absurd behavior slide. But this is unacceptable. So that's why she's being particularly hostile toward me today. I thought we both agreed to say nothing about that. I didn't make those girls break curfew, but I can see how it'd skew that way in Sakamoto's mind, and I doubt my explanation would change much. Those notices are pranks. It's mere coincidence that the students disappeared when the notices were issued. The Departed, ghosts, the supernatural, it's all a bunch of ludicrous nonsense. To think a man like you has sullied the good name of teachers just to investigate this rubbish. Sakamoto's practically got steam coming out of her ears. I wonder what I can do to calm her down. Okay, can you at least cooperate? I don't care if you believe in the Departed or not. But I'm only here because Mr. Konoe hired me, and I'm trying to do the job my client, your boss, asked me to. Can you at least cooperate? Where's the new notice? I don't have it with me. I told the student who picked it up to throw it away. You fool! You know what? I'm willing to bet that a lot of these people have died because of you. You told them to do what now? Which student was it? Kakuta from the disciplinary committee. He found it while patrolling the school. What does he look like? He's a strapping, well-built boy. He's in the karate club. He's that guy that I think we saw up on the 3rd floor in the first, few episodes. Oh my, look at the time. I have to go now. I have a meeting. Before I can even protest, Sakamoto's already left the room. Other teachers are following suit. Well, she's clearly not a fan of yours, Yoshiki. Though, you pretty much earned that treatment for hitting on high school students. That's not what happened. Stop making things weird. Looks like we're going to have to put in some effort to find this Kakuta boy. I mean, we might stumble upon him simply by stopping to talk to each stout student we see on the way. But it'd be nice if we had a bit more information to go on. More information. Dorio or Michiho might know him. Sakamoto's obviously going to be keeping a close eye on my contact with those two, but I can't let that interfere with my work. Dorio is organizing documents in the student council room. Oh, Mr. Yashiki. Thank you again for your help. Sorry, but I'm in a hurry. Do you know Kakuta? I've heard he's a big guy from the disciplinary committee. I know him. He's in 2C. How about you try looking for him in his classroom? Got it. Thanks. Wow, you are short. But you've got the same walk as Daimon. Yes. There's a large bulletin board here. This is where the first notice was posted. This red thing looks like mold, huh? You mind if I collect it and analyze it? Sure, go ahead. You'll probably find it's a lot more spooky than you'd think. This school is getting strange these days. I know, right? It smells musty here. Is it because of the departed? Yes. Oh, I've heard there's an outbreak of mold somewhere in the school. Yikes. Just imagining that makes my skin itchy. Anyway, let's go home. Yeah. The couple leave the area. Hey, Michiho. Oh, hello there. I got a painted lady in the courtyard earlier. Want to watch some butterflies together? Sorry, but I'm in a hurry now. Do you know Kakuta? I've heard he's a big guy from the disciplinary committee. Oh, I saw him going to the 3rd floor just now. What business do you have with that karate guy, though? Is the new notice targeting the Karate Kid or something? I don't know yet, but thanks for the info. I saw a big guy go into the back of the hall earlier. It's probably Kakuta from 2nd year. I wonder what he's up to. Yep, I remember you. There's a big, well-built guy standing over there. He looks pretty strapping. Are you Kakuta? Yes, the name's Shinichi Kakuta. Where's the departed's notice? I'm hoping you haven't thrown away already. No, I still have it. Miss Sakamoto told me to trash it, but I felt like I should show it to you since you're investigating them. Thanks a lot. Aha, you should thank Dorio and Kinokawa. They've been asking everyone to pitch in and help you out. He pulls out the departed's notice and hands it to me. If that's it, I'll be heading to my classroom. Feel free to come by to see if you still need anything. I'll be at school for a while. Kakuta then walks off. I quickly scanned the new notice. It has all the hallmarks of the previous notices, an accordion folded paper with eerie handprints on it. So this is what a notice looks like, eh? Heh, it's really giving off the horror vibes. Hurry up and check it out. Come on. Dear hooligan, Kokiri will kill you tonight. I'm watching, hiding in the school. Your beloved, the departed. The next victim is Hooligan, and the spirit is Kokiri? Not Head Hooligan. So by hooligan, they mean those boorish thug types, right? Yeah, so I think we should try and gather information that would lead us to the identity of these two things. Asking the remaining students would probably be more fruitful than asking the teachers. The faculty doesn't seem so cooperative. Yeah, and maybe that student council girl will tell you. I mean, she actually appears to be trying to help you. Also, I'd like to hear more from that Kakuta kid. Yeah. What's with you? Yeah. Come on, give me more to work with than that. This is your operation here. Don't make me handle everything alone. Oh, okay. As much as I want to point out that she's cut me off every time I've tried to speak, I hold my tongue. Besides, Hero's plan of attack is basically what I would have suggested. You better start asking around about Hooligan and Kokery. Speaking of, I have not read Heroes. A pharmaceutical researcher. She's been friends with the protagonist since he saved her life during a bizarre case. A person who hates things unexplainable by logic. She willingly risks her life to sate her curiosity. And... there he is. A Konohara second year who enjoys karate, more well-built than the average jock. He is part of the disciplinary committee and found the departed's notice on one of his patrols. He has a favorable opinion of the protagonist and willingly assists with the investigation. Is he going to be a partner? Oh yeah, also... you got a calculator on you, okay. A scientific calculator she's been using since her school days. The printing on the keys has been worn off, but she's memorized all of them. Plus 2 intelligence bought at the school store, weighs 900 grams. That is a pretty beefy thing. It's somehow heavier than my bag. God, that must be a very heavy calculator. So you don't have a lot of strength, you don't have a lot of spirit power, but a ton of intelligence and a decent amount of dexterity. Did you find Kakuta? Yes, thank you. I'm happy that I could help. So, what do you want to talk about? Actually, we found a new notice. Whoa, so another one's finally here, huh? Show me. I show Michiho the departed's notice. So the next spirit is Kokery. Well, Kokery usually refers to that old fortune-telling technique, but I'm sure you already know about that, right? Of course I do. The Kokery fortune-telling that Michiho mentions is a technique that uses a paper and a coin. One summons a spirit called Kokery and has them answer a series of questions. To put it simply, it's a spirit summoning, which is vastly different than, say, astrology or trying to divine someone's future from their blood type. Which is why people say that it's too dangerous to perform in the name of fun. But the Kokery mentioned in the notice is a ghost, not the fortune-telling technique. So Kokery is both the name of the technique and the summoned spirit, and the rumor is referring to the spirit. Can you tell me more about it, Michiho? Sure, why not? That reminds me. Hime and I were called by Miss Sakamoto this afternoon. Do you know what she said? Don't get too close to Mr. Yashiki. He doesn't belong here. Oh, okay. Sorry, I shouldn't have talked to you. She's probably gonna give you a lecture. Don't worry about it. You're my lifesaver, and you're hunting down the departed like I am. Hooligan. I can't think of anyone. Maybe Izumi, I guess? But he's dead already. So about the Kokery in the notice. I have a feeling it might be referring to Mr. Kokery. There's a rumor like that at Konohara Academy.
Gosho. Kokery Oji-san.
Kokery Oji-san. Have you ever gone to the corridor on the second floor? Of course not. That place is restricted. Do you know why? It's because of the Kokuri Shrine. That place is cursed. I'm not lying, it's the truth. I've even heard stories about it. One rainy day, some delinquents were hanging out on the second floor's corridor. They were kinda notorious. They were getting in fights on a daily basis. There were even rumors that they were into drugs. I guess they must have been bored. So they were messing around with the shrine as a dare, all laughing with their stupid faces. They were kicking the shrine and scribbling on it, all sorts of things. One of them even put out a cigarette on it. The wind and rain got stronger. The delinquents were about to head back inside. At that moment, they heard a voice mixed with the wind. They turned toward the old shrine, the source of the voice, figuring someone must have been playing a prank on them. Except they were the only ones in the corridor. Obviously, they thought they were just imagining things. Those delinquents looked at each other and ran away from the corridor as fast as they could. But that night, one of the delinquents, the one who snuffed out his cigarette on the shrine, felt a pain in his ear. He felt a strange sensation when he touched his ear. It was dry and rough. It was weird, like there was something in his ear. Terrified, he went to go check himself in the mirror. Mushroom! Mushrooms were growing from his ear. Folded capilled mushrooms that looked like maitake. The mushrooms continued to spread. From his ear to his neck, his cheeks, then his chin. The delinquent shrieked, and then he called an ambulance. He got himself checked at the hospital. They found no trace of mushrooms. But his ear had a really bad infection. The skin was rotting away, so they had to cut his ear off. When a teacher heard this story, they said it's the curse of Kokuri's shrine. That voice must have been Mr. Kokuri's, and that was his work. The rumors say Mr. Kokuri is the apparition of a priest who haunts the shrine. And that was the rumor about Mr. Kokuri. So please stay away from the shrine in the second floor's corridor. If you're cursed by the mushrooms, your lovely face will be ruined. Is Mr. Kokuri the name of the shrine? Correct. It's called Mr. Kokuri because the shrine has a mysterious voice. No one knows what Mr. Kokuri looks like, as they've only heard his voice. Creepy, isn't it? By the way, Mr. Yashiki, I've never seen the person beside you. Is she a doctor like Mr. Daimon? I'm a researcher, not a doctor, though I do also deal with the health of living beings as part of my job. Oh, I see. An idol and a female scientist, huh? You sure have some amazing and gorgeous assistants. By the way, Which one do you prefer? They're both dependable in their own ways. I has stamina and Hero has the intelligence. That's not what I mean. Oh well, it was stupid of me to expect something. Heh, you two sure are close. This girl might be the departed, you know. Shush, Hero. Oh, I don't mind, as long as Mr. Yashiki trusts me. Sorry, it's a joke. I'm kind of on edge since we don't have any idea who the departed might be. I don't mind. In this kind of situation, it's natural to have some suspicion. I miss my normal school life. Hey, Yashiki. Shouldn't we be able to pretty much guess who Hooligan may be? Based on what Michio told me about the Mr. Kokiri rumors. It's gotta be him. What makes you think that? He is pretty physically intimidating, but he was actually helping us out. Don't you feel bad labeling him as some kind of punk? You have a point. Right now, the person that best fits is that delinquent student she mentioned, though I have no idea who that student is. The rumor said a delinquent student was cursed by this shrine in the second floor corridor. Why don't we take a look there? Wait, are you serious? Aren't you being too cavalier here? We're going to be stepping into some deep crap if we approach that shrine. I'm not doing it for entertainment, it's for the investigation. You can stay here if you don't want to go. I never said I didn't want to go. I just wondered if there was a better way to do this. That's it. I'm not scared at all. I got it. We're going to the shrine in the second floor's corridor, aren't we? Yeah, but I get the feeling that Kakuta has something to do with this. I mean, he has a portrait after all. Are we the only ones left in the school? Nope. I think the student council members are still here. Damn, they sure like to stay late despite all the rumors. I don't really fear the departed since I know you're going to protect me. The heck are you talking about? I'm totally not saving you. I'm not good with ghosts and stuff. Anyway, I'm gonna go home now. What? Me too. And the female students take the stairs down. Hello, Mr. Yoshiki. Do you still need anything from me? I've actually read that notice. A spirit named Kokiri is going to kill Hooligan tonight, right? Well, Mr. Konoe told me not to discuss the incident with the students out of consideration for their mental well-being. I can't just give him a dismissive reply, though. No need to hide it. The rumors have spread. Izumi the pianist and Horikoshi the model have been killed just as the notice said anyway. And the one who killed them was a spirit named the Departed, right? They're hiding in the school right now. If rumors of the incidents have already spread to this extent, I'm not doing anyone any favors by keeping my mouth shut. I doubt that these rumors have been purposely spread by any one target. These students believe in the Departed, and they're connecting the dots and spreading the rumors on their own. The weaker students must be tired of living in fear. I guess they're scared of the idea that the person next to them might be the Departed. Are you not scared, Kakuta? Me? Scared? Heh, no way. If a spirit dares show itself to me, I'll just go to work with these fists. Ha ha. Because I don't really understand spirits. How about asking Kunakawa from Student Council? She seems to know a lot about this kind of stuff. That's the person mentioned in the notice, right? Do you have any idea who it may be? If we're talking about hooligans at this school, I can only think of the delinquents. Those punks keep ignoring the school's rules, and it's really pissing me off. Kakuto's on the disciplinary committee, so it's not surprising that the behavior of some punks has got him all riled up. I mean, he has a face portrait, so I would think that he's going to play a significant role. Anyway, let's go get ourselves cursed, shall we? The second floor's corridor should be just ahead. Crumpled paper between the gap. The shrine where people supposedly heard Mr. Kokuri's voice should be right ahead. Looks like the door's unlocked. Let's check the place out. Oh, it's you. Okay, well, it looks like you're already too far gone. A tanned, ostentatiously styled girl is absent-mindedly lingering near the shrine. Hello there. Okay, Strange greeting. Guess we're doing the zombie routine, right? Her reply is unintelligible, more of a groan. Just ignore her, Yashiki. Something's wrong with her. Before that, is there anything else? The door is locked and tightly shut. I can't enter the old building from here. Do you know what the big straw rope in front of this door is? I have a feeling it's telling us not to enter. Like in a spiritual sense, I'm getting goosebumps.
Yoshi.
An old shrine is standing here. This has got to be the shrine from the rumor about Mr. Kokuri. Let's take a closer look. The first thing that stands out is that it's a rather small shrine. It's completely weathered after being exposed to the elements for a long period of time. Another noticeable feature is the number of talismans on it. The image on the talismans looks kind of like a centipede. There's a small gap in the shrine door. It's too dark to tell what's inside, though. We need to open the door first if we want to see what's inside. Oh boy. I reach toward the door to check what's inside. Old man. The female student next to me groans and slowly forces out some words. Don't do anything bad to the shrine. Duly noted and ignored. Old man, you're... Growling, the female student launches an attack. Oh great, it's World of Horror all over again. Act 1. With a terrifying look in her eyes, the female student raises something resembling a baton. I see something that looks like mushrooms around her neck. Maybe she's possessed? Let's take the attack. We tried to use my bag as a shield to block her attacks. We clutched the bag tightly and blocked her attack. That did not sound like a bag taking a hit. That sounded like my flesh being burst open. Nice. The female student recoils. Grab her, hero. Okay. Calm down! Hero captures the student's arms from behind. Helping out, I immediately restrain her. The student lets out a yell and then goes quiet. Survived. Thankfully I didn't get my head bashed in. The student faints and the mushrooms on her neck instantly vanish. So it really was a spiritual phenomenon. Assuming the rest of the rumor is accurate, that would mean the mushrooms were the shrine's curse. Keep an eye on her, hero. I'll investigate the inside of the shrine. Sure thing. I walk toward the shrine and put my hand on the door. There's a talisman on it. Inside the shrine, I find some bizarre stuff. A petri dish used for experiments. Inside the dish is a dead centipede. Some red substance appears to be growing from the centipede. What in the world is it? Oh, I see you found something interesting. Those red filaments are probably mushrooms. It's difficult to tell without the caps. Without me realizing it, Hero's already peering over my shoulder. Looks like those are mushroom hyphae growing on the dead centipede. I think they're Ophiocordyceps sinensis? Very interesting. Well, what's it doing here? Old shrines aren't usually a place where you'd find store lab equipment. What are you gonna do with the petri dish? Bet you're gonna keep it. I mean, I guess so, yeah. Pressed by Hero, whose eyes are sparkling with curiosity, I collect the petri dish. Obtained a creepy petri dish. What are we gonna do with her? It doesn't seem like she's going to regain consciousness anytime soon. Well, we can't just leave her here. Let's take her back to the infirmary. I hoist the female student onto my back and leave the corridor. From there, I walk straight to the infirmary. The smell of cigarette smoke assaults my nose the moment I enter. It's not Mashta, is it? I don't think he smokes. It is! It's good guy Mashta! You're finally back. I've been waiting. Inside, I see a sharp-eyed man tossing his cigarettes into a portable ashtray. Mashta. The smell of cigarettes. Hey, no smoking inside the school. There are kids here. You have terrible influence, you know. Where's your common sense, Mashta? Oh, is that how it is? Back in my day, the teachers would openly smoke in the faculty room. Well, times have changed. You need to be more considerate. What a pain. Anyway, who's that kid on your back? Let me lay her down first, then we can talk. I put the unconscious girl down on the bed. She's totally out of it. Guess I'll just have to leave her here for the moment. Alright. Gonna give me the details now? Don't exactly expect to reunite with your friend and find them carrying back an unconscious girl on their back. Fine. I've got some questions to ask too. Satoru Mashita, a mark-bearer and former detective who's now working as a private investigator. He's not really all that knowledgeable about spirits and paranormal phenomena, but after the events of our shared past, he often joins me when I'm on spirit-related cases. Never would have expected to come to a place like this, even on an investigation. You mean the school that's still in session? Yeah. Place full of brats sounds like nothing but trouble for me. Hell, I got scolded just for having a frickin' smoke. Sneaking into an abandoned school is way easier. Let me just make one thing clear, Mashita. I'm begging you, please try not to attract any unwanted attention. No guarantees on that one, pal. I'm just gonna do things my own way, and if anyone's got a problem with that, they'll just have to deal with it. The corner of his mouth twitches into a mischievous grin. Mashita's a man who will do anything for his investigation. Mr. Konoe and Sakamoto will not appreciate his presence or methods. But his eccentric methods have a way of dragging the truth out of situations where a more civilized approach would fail. Why are you here? Have you finished your job, Mashita? Yeah, can't tell you much about it though, since I'm under NDA. And just when I thought I'd be able to relax for a bit, that hag Yasuoka asked me to help you out. She's a real slave driver. This man is different from the other mark bearers. Because of his job, he's a seasoned veteran when it comes to cases involving dangerous and bizarre spirits. If he's offering to help, I'll jump on it. His help makes it that much more likely that Hero or the Departed's targets will survive. Sorry for causing you trouble, but Mashita, you're the only guy I can rely on in these times. Save your thanks for the old bag. I'm just here to work. What do you think about this case? Yasuoka gave me a summary of the case. A spirit masquerading as a student, huh? Wonder how their grades are. He's cracking jokes, but his eyes show no trace of a smile. Under the surface, he must be just as tense as we are. You want to know what I think? You're basically being jerked around by the Departed's notices. All those spirits from the notices, and you're still no closer to figuring out who the Departed is. Maybe you're right. But if I just ignore the notices, someone's going to die. Then what's your plan? You're just gonna keep dancing to their tune until they get bored and quit. That's... Don't get sidetracked and forget your original goal, Yashiki. The only way you can solve this case is to find the Departed hiding in this school. And what you should do is start looking at everyone around you as a potential suspect. By the way, Yashiki, Master jerks his head over in the direction of the girl on the bed. Tell me about her already. How long are you going to make me wait? I share everything I've learned about Mr. Kokiri and Hooligan and the events at the shrine. So this kid attacked you. School violence is kind of a lost art these days. What a special moment in your teaching career, eh, Mr. Yashiki? Cut it out with that. Hearing you say that makes my skin crawl. No matter how you choose to look at it, this kid isn't normal. She called us hooligans and had mushrooms growing along her neck. Right, considering that, maybe she was possessed by Kokiri. I recall the time Michiho was possessed by slit-mouthed Kashima. She was fully under the control of the spirit, led by their desires. The student might have been the same as her. Who is this kid anyway? She doesn't have her student handbook, and no matter how much we shake her, she's not showing any signs of waking up. Waiting for her to wake up is such a waste of time. Let's just ask someone else about her. Should be able to find someone who knows who she is pretty quickly. She's obviously trying to stand out. Let's ask around about the petri dish too, while we're at it. Who knows? Maybe we can learn who placed this inside the shrine. So we're just going to show that thing to the students? They're gonna start talking about me. Aha, too late to worry about your reputation. You already tricked 2 female students into breaking their curfew. I don't care if you get all chummy with those brats for the investigation, but you better not do something weird that ends up blowing back onto me, Yashiki. Give me a break, you two. I really hope this put a stop to this topic. I'll have whoever I don't bring with me keeping an eye on the unconscious girl while I resume the investigation. Let's see if anyone at the school can tell me about this girl or the petri dish. Alright. What have you got on you, Mashta? An old oil lighter, Mashta's favorite item. A simple oil lighter made of silver. He uses it often, and parts of it have tarnished. Plus 2 spiritual power, memento given from a senior detective. Ooh, you've got quite a lot of strength, a decent amount of intelligence. Not a lot of dexterity or spiritual power. I would have thought that you would have had quite a bit of dexterity, but I guess not. A blunt, sarcastic former police detective. Ever since the protagonist saved his life in a bizarre case, he's been working as a private detective. Most of his requests involve spirits, so he's formed a deep bond with the protagonist. He doggedly pursues a case until the end. Oh my goodness, it is so good to have him back with us. So we've got an irrepressibly curious researcher and grizzled unorthodox ex-detective. I think we should keep Hiro in the background. Not only because, well, we just got Mashita, so we should probably be using him, but also if mushrooms start growing, she might actually be able to have something to do about that. Did you find Kakuta? Yes, along with the new notice. So there's another new notice. Mind showing me? I showed Dorio the departed's notice. So they're threatening to kill someone again? And it's my job to prevent that from happening. If you've got any information that could help, please let me know. Sure. Oh, that reminds me. I've been wondering about this for a little bit now. I realize that you've started calling Michiho by her first name. Mind telling me why? I had a feeling this would come up, actually. I told Dorio about how Michiho forced me to call her by her first name if I wanted her to cooperate. I figured. I couldn't imagine someone as serious as you just deciding to be so casual with their students. You bring up a good point. What do you think? Should I go back to calling her by her last name? No, don't do that. Michiho will hate me. Why would she? She's trying to get along with you in her own way. So I don't want to interfere with her wishes like that. Okay, so... theory? Michiho's the departed. She has been cursed by her. And she's being strung along because she doesn't want to die. Or, you know, she's being, I guess, threatened in some other way. Oh, alright. Sorry, I don't really know much about spirits. Okay. Hooligan, huh? Compared to model and pianist, this one's got a lot more room for interpretation. Finding the target might not be so easy. I described the girl who attacked me and asked if she knows her. I think I have an idea of who she is. It might be one of the first years, Saki Maruhashi. What's she like? No, Maruhashi! Oh no! Such a sad state of affairs. What's she like? I don't know her personally, but some of the first-year council members were telling me some things. They said that she's never had any friends and is always on her own. She's got a bad rep because of it. There's nobody to defend her. There are all kinds of rumors surrounding her, saying she likes to go out at night, drink and smoke, and she's associated with a biker gang. These may just be rumors, but if they're true, that makes Saki Maruhashi a kid worthy of the name Hooligan. Here, take a look at the centipede. I take out the creepy petri dish and show it to Dorio. What is that? A dead centipede, and what are those red things? They're actually mushrooms. Do you know anything about this petri dish? Not at all. I don't know anything at all about it. Mr. Yashiki, can you please keep it away from me? Oh, yeah, sorry about that. Doria breathes a huge sigh of relief when I put the petri dish back into my bag. My reaction's totally normal. Mashita and I have just become so desensitized to these sorts of creepy things that we forget how normal people view them. I finish my conversation with Dorio and leave the student council room. Oh man, well now I really want to save this. I hope she's not the target, but if she is, I want to save Maruhashi. Hey, wanna go home together? The sun's almost set. Why me? So you don't care if I get killed by the departed on my way home? What? That's not what I said. Let's go home together then. Fine. What a pain. Two people who look like siblings leave the classroom. Well, that was strange. Oddly specific. A handwritten notice, huh? I suppose that's evidence that it's written by a human. Taking it easy, huh? I'd rather have them temporarily close the school. Do you know that the female mantis devours the male mantis after mating? So, what do you want to ask me? Don't pay any attention to what Miss Sakamoto said. Hime and I are your allies. Yeah, sure you are. I described the girl who attacked me and asked if she knows her. I think I've seen her before, but I don't know her name. I'm not a delinquent after all. Here, take a look at this. Oh, a Chinese redhead. Colopendra subspinipes melans. Did you know? Even though the name centipede means 100 foot, there aren't many centipedes that actually have 100 feet. I think only a few soil centipedes have that many feet. Seizing the opportunity to talk about insects, Michiho immediately begins flexing her knowledge about centipedes. She doesn't even have a reaction to the terrible sight inside the dish. Hey, I appreciate the centipede lesson, but what about the mushrooms? So these red thingies are mushrooms. No clue. It's beyond my scope of knowledge. Oh, I see. Thanks. Judging by that reaction, Michiho won't be able to tell us anything useful about the petri dish. Can't think of anyone. Alright. It's about time to leave school anyway. Now I've got to prove that the departed won't appear even if I stay here alone. Hanako this, Kokiri that. The people in the school are wacky. Who even believes ghosts and demons exist? Looking closely, the male student's legs are obviously trembling. Hey, take a look at this petri dish. Whoa! The moment he sees the dish, his eyes bulge. What's wrong, Kakura? No, it's just... My apologies. It's so disgusting I don't even know what to say. Centipedes alone are already gross, but the mushrooms just make it so much worse. You know that these are mushrooms. Where did you find it? The science room? No, it was inside the shrine in the second floor's connecting corridor. Huh? What was this thing doing in there? I have no idea either. Doubt it's a prank. Oh. I have to get back to patrolling. Sorry, but I've got to end our chat here. Kakuta bids us farewell and quickly leaves the classroom. Hey, Yashiki. Something's off with that brat's statement. You must have noticed it too, right? What's off about the statement? What he said about the mushrooms. It's the mushrooms, of course. When I first saw that petri dish, I didn't even realize they were mushrooms. But Kakura noticed that right away. That's a bit strange. Correct. I see your brain is working just fine. He may know where the mushrooms came from. We better speak to Kakuta again. He should still be at the school. Let's go find him. Hey, Kinukawa. What? Ah, I was just thinking about insects. Cabbage worms are cute, don't you think? I don't know what that is, but... By the way, Mr. Yashiki, I bumped into Karate Man earlier. Like, literally, he bumped right into me. But he didn't even apologize and went straight upstairs. The other disciplinary committee members would be shocked if they knew. Tell him off for me. Do you know that only female bees actually have stingers? I'm sorry, I just want to see more of this. I just want to see more fun bug facts. Oh, I was thinking about insects. I feel kinda sorry for insectivores. Do you know that insects and bugs are actually different? Okay, I think I've exhausted all of your bug dialogue. I really hope there isn't some secret achievement for getting all of the very cool bug facts. Obviously, this is where we need to go. A large shelf with a glass door. Plastics and vials are stored inside. They're clearly lab equipment used for class. I better not touch them. A large shelf with a glass door. Test tubes and tripods are stored inside. For some reason, there were a number of dead insects stuck on the door. You can't get replicable results when you have contaminants in your receptacles. Is it like this in every school? A pile of cases used for carrying equipment. I shake it lightly, but it doesn't seem like there's anything inside. Man, I kind of want to bring Hiro back here, but that's gonna take a while. What's the matter, Kakusa? Kakuta's inside the storage room. Several documents are scattered on the floor below him. It looks as if the room has been ransacked. Mr. Yoshiki, I didn't do this. The room was already a mess when I came in. Please, you gotta believe me. Just tell me what happened here first, Kakuta. Yes. When I was patrolling the school, I saw someone come out of the science room. They seemed kinda suspicious, so I decided to check it out. The room looked the same as it always does, but I unlocked the storage room here to have a look just in case. That's when I found this mess. That's what you're saying happened? Yes, that's what really happened. Damn, I could have caught the culprit if I'd just come in sooner. Kakuta's eyes dart every which way as he's trying to spin his tail. My gut tells me he's hiding something. Let's press him for details. The storage room was locked, right? Yes, so I unlocked it. Since I'm on patrol, I have the keys with me. Is it easy to borrow the keys? Haha, not at all. Who knows what those delinquents would do if they had these keys? Only trustworthy students like me, someone on the disciplinary committee, would be able to borrow the keys. Is anything missing from the science room? I don't think so. But I'm not totally sure since I don't often come here. My apologies. Did you check if there are any shadows? Someone might be hiding in there. I checked over the room, but I didn't notice anything out of the ordinary. That's why I decided to enter the storage room. You saw someone coming out of the room, right? What did they look like? A delinquent boy with brown hair. He was running at full speed, so I couldn't get a good look at his face. Why didn't you chase him? I didn't know what I should do. At that time, I had no idea he'd been poking around in the storage room. That's all I need to hear from Kakuta. Of the 3 pieces of information he gave me, 2 of them are inconsistent. He may give himself away if we point it out. Let's put his feet to the fire, shall we? So the thing that doesn't make sense is the delinquent and the key. You said you saw a delinquent student, right? Yes, that's right. And you said it was locked when you came in, which means the perpetrator locked it behind himself. But you also said the keys under tight control, and that it'd never be lent out to untrustworthy, delinquent students. Just wondering if you could explain that for me. And just one more thing. He must have stolen the spare key. Those delinquents, they have no shame. What else is this guy capable of? Well, I suppose we can always go check if the spare key's been stolen or not. Except I've got an alternate theory. Kakuta, you broke into the room using the key you're holding. I have no idea why you did that, but you started acting weird after I showed this to you. Now, why might that be the case? Do you know anything about these mushrooms, Kakuta? I don't really know the details. I was just told to do this. By who? That's... The sound of a phone vibrating echoes in the room. Kakuta takes out his phone. He then stares at the screen, his eyes wide with intense concentration. Oh. I was summoned. I have to go. What the hell do you mean summoned? Like... What, is there a spirit from beyond the grave just telling you to do these things? Or else, I'll be killed. Killed? Who told you they're going to kill you? MK. Kakuta runs out of the storage room screaming at the top of his lungs. But wait! I dash after Kakuta with Mashita following hot on my heels. When I saw him running away like that, my mind immediately flashed back to Naomi Horikoshi, who ran away from us right before she met a tragic fate. I'm determined to prevent history from repeating itself. But my stamina fails me midway through the chase and Kakuta disappears into the distance. The heck is with that brat's stamina? We never even gained ground on him. He must be some kind of monster. I agree with Mashita. His physical prowess certainly seems like it's beyond that of a typical high school student, almost as if he's being possessed by a spirit. Fine then, let's go back to the science room. I'm curious what Kakuta was trying to do. Yeah, MK, Mr. Kokiri. Which actually that makes sense because of the fortune-telling thing, except instead of a paper and a coin, I guess he just sends him a message? Hey, at least one of the spirits is ahead of the times. We return to the science room storage room. My whole body feels as heavy as lead, both physically from fatigue and mentally from the looming sense of powerlessness. I'm starting to feel like I'm prey stuck in a spider's web, struggling pointlessly while the departed exerts total control over me. Does this struggle have any purpose? Can I even save a single person? Don't give me that hangdog look. Just focus on moving the investigation forward, and don't think about anything else. If you can't handle that, then hit the road. Hiro and I can handle the rest. Okay, Mashita, as good as you are, you don't see what I see, alright? No, I'm fine. Mashita is right. We need to act, not mope. Let's inspect the storage room. We need to figure out why Kakuta broke into this place. We got a snail. There's a large spiral shell fossil inside the shelf. Is this an ammonite? Its distinctive shape looks pretty artistic for something natural. This is a fine stuffed bear. It's not uncommon for schools to have stuffed animals, but a stuffed bear? That's unusual. I'm drawn to it. I see something glowing in its mouth. Okay, I thought it was just a really weird thing. I put my hand into the mouth, though I can't fit all the way inside. What in the world are you doing? Oh, there's something inside. But I can't reach it since my hand doesn't fit. Well, then I won't be able to do it either. We need to find someone with slimmer hands, or just rip this bear open. Don't do that. If you do something like that here, you'll definitely call unwanted attention to us. Ashita and I aren't going to be able to get the object out. We need someone with slender hands to get it out. I'm getting deja vu for some reason.
Yoshi.
Kakuta was rummaging through this shelf until a bit ago. The door's wide open, and the documents are all scattered. There are several documents on the floor, This must be Kakuta's doing. I pick one of the documents up and look at the cover. There's a label with a caption written on it. Research on native plants that grow around Konohara Academy. There are 2 dates written under the title, one from 11 years ago and another from 9 years ago. Did this research span 2 years? I find a preface on the next page. The fox forest behind the school seems to have a special environment. A variety of plants native to the area can be seen here. As a science teacher at Konohara Academy, I set out to catalog all of them. Following the preface page, there's a summary of the research done on various plants. There are photos of plants and moss, complete with detailed research information. It's thorough, yet a surprisingly easy read. It's clear that the author is both a fine writer and educator. What in the... The page between Fox Azalea and Foxtail Fern have been torn out. Has been torn out. I skim through to the end, but I don't find anything about the red mushrooms. Just taking a crazy shot in the dark here, but let me guess. The mushrooms info's on the torn page. Most likely. Kakuta must have done this. I bet it's why he snuck in here. Why did he do that, Yashiki? He trespassed into a locked room and stole something. He'd probably get expelled if he got caught. Was some information on mushrooms really worth that much risk? I guess he thought it was. I can't even imagine what information would be that important, though. If we can find that lost page, we may get a step closer to understanding Kakuta's motives. Should we report him to the school, Yashiki? No, we shouldn't. We'd back Kakuta into a corner if we did. We can always decide to turn him in later once we've heard his side of the story. Well, time to swap our partners then. Ah, Mr. Yashiki. Finally. Abe showed up earlier and left me a message. Seekers of wisdom, I shall await you in the garden of knowledge. What does that even mean? Don't ask me, I've got no clue either. Well, that's all. See you later. Having finished her business with us, Michiho strolls off. Let's see what you've got for us, Abe. Or so I thought. After a beat, a boy suddenly emerges from behind the bookshelves. Welcome to the Garden of Knowledge, Mr. Yashiki. Seeing that you're here, that must mean you're in need of assistance from the sage, aka me. You're the one who called me here. Goodness, so you haven't realized it yet. My left eye said you wanted my wisdom. Hence why I told you where I was in advance. Consider this my being generous and proactively providing you service. I can't follow his line of thinking at all. One thing's for certain, he's being nice to me today. Maybe he's in a good mood or something. This is a good chance to get some information out of him. Let's play along. I didn't realize that your clairvoyance let you see so far ahead. You really are incredible. Just as you mentioned, there was something I wanted to ask you. That's right. Ask away. I'm listening. You seem to be in a good mood today. What's got you feeling so upbeat? What fine perception. I expected no less from the one and only Spirit Doctor. I will be meeting my mentor for the first time in a while today. So they're the reason you turned out this way. I mean, are they the person who got you interested in paranormal phenomena? Correct. My great master taught me the truth of the world. They made me the man I am today. Is it Yasuoka? They're the reason why Abe has developed such an interesting personality. They just warped his mind and completely ruined a kid's life. You hate to see it. Oh, you hate to see it, lads and lasses. Please wait, Mr. Yashiki. I shall share information regarding the departed case on one condition. That condition being, you must complete my trial. What trial? I want to see your true abilities as the Spirit Doctor. Be it your spiritual state or power, show me everything. I'm busy with my investigation, though. It'll take but a moment of your time. Are you ready? Hold on, not yet. My, how pathetic. How about you let me take the mantle Spirit Doctor off your hands? You're more than welcome to it. After finish talking with Abe, I leave the library. I want to get that information first out of the bear. You know, now that I think about it, we've had a case on every single floor of the schools. There was Hanako in the first, Kishima on the second, and now we've got the science room on the third. Goodness gracious, they should store these more carefully.
Yoshi.
Why are you staring at that stuffed bear, Yashiki? No, there's something inside, but my hands are too big to fit all the way in. Don't you want me to give it a try, then? I didn't mean it that way, but would you mind trying it for me? To be honest, I don't really want to do it, since it looks like there'll be weird bugs in there. But I guess I have no choice, huh? Hiro timidly puts her hand into the bear's mouth with a gloomy expression on her face. Just a little bit more. Nice, I got it. Here you go. Hiro hands me an eerie tooth. Oh no, hold on a second.
Yoshi.
Yeah, I figured that this was a rather odd case. Because unlike all the other cases, this one, the spirit's actually attacking in broad daylight, so... that means I'm going to have to check each and every single room again. Alright, has this shrine got any eerie teeth for me?
Mm-hmm.
Let's check this thing again just to be sure. There's really nothing else inside. Hold on, there's something in the corner. I knew it. I knew your sly goons would have an eerie tooth for me here. Speaking of, I want to increase my bag, make it more elegant and flashy. I'm ready. Now allow me to explain the trial. I have 3 talismans with me. Take them and get a good look. Each talisman has a symbol on it. Triangle, square, or star. I am going to envision one symbol in my head. I'm sure you already know what you should do, right? You merely need to read my mind with your supernatural powers and state the symbol I'm picturing. What a silly game. The prattling of outsiders is unnecessary for this trial. This is my trial for Mr. Yashiki. But I'm not a psychic, let alone someone with supernatural powers. Humbling yourself, I see. I have selected the symbol. Now, demonstrate your powers to me. Abe starts mumbling something as if he's meditating. Wow, great, fantastic. This is a suspensive act. Same one is what they call the pentagram in divination, which would be star. But he might be trying to throw me off, and the correct answer could be either triangle or square. Do I need to give a correct answer, though? So you apparently have something there. How about we just show you the petri dish, alright? Let's get down to the brass tacks of things. Both of us try opening the lid of the petri dish inside. The hideous centipede shows up the moment I open the lid. I'm pretty sure Abe's terrified of bugs, Mashta. Hehe. Awesome. Yashiki, why don't you give the little brat a look at what's inside this dish? I present the petri dish to Abe, making sure he gets a good look at the centipede inside. Centipede! Get it away from me, please. Are you gonna give me your information then? You underhanded scoundrels. This is unfair. There's a lesson for you. Never underestimate the craftiness of adults, you brat. What will you do now? Fine, I'll lose. Get that petri dish away from me now. Looks like this is the right choice. Yeah, I ain't gonna be playing with your games, man. Well, crap, there's a storm outside. I've learned a lot. So this is how you exterminate spirits. You observe them and then strike at their weaknesses. How incredible. Spirit Doctor. I fulfilled my end of the bargain, Abe. Time for you to spill everything you know. Understood. I'll let him know that a new notice has arrived and ask him about Mr. Kokiri. So this time it's Mr. Kokiri, huh? I know him, obviously. A spirit that haunts the shrine in the second floor's connecting corridor, as well as the Fox Forest, is it not? Forest? That's news to me. Goodness me, the Spirit Doctor didn't even know that trivial bit of information. I guess you have leave me no choice. Allow me to tell you the rumors I have learned. This was a well-known rumor that spread around 10 years ago. There's an old shrine gate in the north corner of the school grounds. Beyond the gate lies a path leading to the forest. It's said he appears there at night. What the heck? A man clad in white garb and a fox mask, apparently holding a shotgun. He is Mr. Kokiri. He was dubbed Kokiri because of the mask. As I'm sure you know, the ritual used to speak with the dead, Kokiri, summons a part fox spirit. So I'm gonna have to deal with a spirit with a gun. I believe he was given the name by someone who knew of a fox spirit. It said Mr. Kukri used to be a priest of the shrine in the forest. In his past life, he patrolled the path and performed ritual cleansings to keep the shrine free of negative energy. What did he do? Like, shoot some rounds off into the distance? Like blasting spirits? Darn spirits. Go back to hell from whence you came. He continues the routine even after death. He will never forgive anyone who disgraces the shrine. Should he find one? He will shoot that scoundrel right in the head. That is the Mr. Kukri I know. Man, Mr. Kukri, he is by far the most, up-to-date spirit. He ain't messing around, alright? Thank you for allowing me to impart my wisdom. That's different from the rumor I heard. There are two rumors of Mr. Kukri, after all. The Fox Forest rumor predates the one about the second-floor shrine. Perhaps the details have changed over time through the retelling of the rumor. Or, what if both rumors are actually true and none of the details have been changed at all? What if Mr. Kukri actually shows up both in the forest and the corridor? Interesting. Unfortunately, the Mr. Kukri of the corridor is completely different from the one in the forest, in terms of the period, place, and the curses they wield. Do you still think they are the same? I think they're the same, alright? This guy has been keeping up with the trends. He has been observing humanity as it grows and develops, and then he came up with his own technique. He's going to use the shrooms to spread madness and disable you, and then he's going to blast you in the head. So you still believe they're the same spirits, despite all these notable differences? Is this the sixth sense of the spirit doctor? My, I've witnessed something nice today. What do you think, Abe? I have no idea. A definitive conclusion would require more information. Should we assume both rumors are true, though? That means the two spirits are connected. Is there anything that leads you to that conclusion? More or less. The priest that became Mr. Kukri is said to have traveled the forest path in his past life. That path connected two shrines. The first one is the shrine in the forest, and the other one is Kukri's shrine on the second floor. You see, that shrine was originally on the ground. Kukri appears on both shrines because they are connected. Isn't that what you think? Precisely. Two shrines and two rumors related to Kukri. What could this mean? Hooligan, huh? A person who's a far cry from the upstanding citizen that I am. I haven't the faintest idea who that might be. I describe the girl who attacked me and ask if he knows her. I am not familiar with such an individual. My left eye refuses to even see those of low spiritual state. 'Cause they're poor. The poor and the powerless should bow before me. I take the creepy petri dish out and show it to Abe. Stop it. Yeah, it's too much. Oh, it's so hideous for my perfection self. I quickly return the petri dish to my bag in light of Abe's feelings. After I finish talking with Abe, I leave the library. Mashta's phone is vibrating. Who the heck's calling me? Mashta answers the phone and begins to speak. Based on the part of the conversation over here, I assume the caller's Hiro. Hiro said the brat's awake. Hiro said that brat's awake. She said, "It's too much for me to handle. Please return ASAP." Shall we head to the infirmary? It's almost time for students to leave the school anyway. You do the talking, Yashiki. Seeing as how you're a teacher here and all. I'm not super confident, but I'll give it a shot. I'm really hoping there are no other teeth around here. I find the delinquent girl glaring at Hiro, who is clearly flustered and frustrated when I arrive at the infirmary. Oh, thank heavens, you're finally back! I've tried to explain what happened to her. But she didn't even respond. I don't know what to do with her. Please do something, Yashiki. So, the situation falls to me. Once I'm all ready, I should talk to the delinquent girl.